Massive shout out to Blazing Boost for sponsoring today's video. Blazing Boost are a website that pretty much help you get the weapons, raids and flawlesses you guys need. So if you're struggling to do anything Destiny 2 content wise, this is a place to come. It has the best prices around. Not only that, it does have over 6,500 reviews and 97% of them are 5 stars. Now I wouldn't recommend a service I don't believe in, and trust me, this service is the best and definitely one you should try out. Even if you just don't have time to complete it yourself, then Blazing Boost is a perfect place to just get that extra help that you may need. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you one of the most overpowered Warlock builds in the game. Now I've done a few others in the past and you guys seem to love these types of videos. And pretty much at the minute Destiny is a little bit dry, so I've been testing out a lot of new builds. And especially with nightfalls and everything, trying to grind. If you guys are struggling on how to prepare for Beyond Light, then I've made a full guide and I've also made a video on the best weapons to get before Beyond Light. So if you guys are interested in that, remember to check those out, they will be in the end screen. And if you guys are new around here, make sure to subscribe, drop a like on today's video. Let's try and aim for 100 likes for this build. Now it's took me a while to make this build and it's definitely one of the best in my opinions. Let me know if you have any suggestions on how to make it better or any other builds you guys would like to see. But let's jump straight into it. So for the class, what we're running is Voidwalker top tree with Scatter Grenade, Healing Rift, Burst Glide and obviously top tree. Now the reason for this is because Overcharge your grenade, making it deadlier and more effective, Chaos Accelerant. Not only that, Atropic Pull, strike an enemy with this melee ability to drain your enemy's life force and use it to recharge your grenade. Void Kills, cause the enemies to explode, and then obviously Nova Bomb, this is a slow one that does a lot of damage. So yeah, this is a build, obviously jump doesn't matter. I would recommend using healing, because this build is mainly for like high tier end game stuff like nightfalls, that sort of thing, but it is really good at ag clearing. Now weapons, it depends obviously what you're doing. If you're running a nightfall, this is what I like to run. I run Cold Denial with Unstoppable Burst, and then I do run Divinity obviously for them overloads and just to help out with your team. Now pretty much all builds are using Falling Guillotine just because it is the best heavy weapon in my opinion that's legendary. But weapon wise doesn't really matter. Obviously with this build, like you can run Anarchist, this is a good build that I like to run with it also. The only ones you're going to really need from the artifact as well mods wise is obviously Unstoppable Burst if you're using that, Enhanced Sword Scavenger, Flourishing Blade sometimes depending. And then the ones that you mainly use are Overload Grenades, Breach Resonator and Oppressive Darkness. Now jumping over to the stats, what you're going to want to be aiming for is 100 Recovery and 100 Intellect. Discipline doesn't matter for this build because you'll be getting it back, and I'll show you how you can get it back super quickly and effectively. So try to aim for 100. Starting off with the helmet, what we do have is a recovery mod with heavy ammo finder, and you can obviously put something else down if you guys want, but I just prefer to have nothing there because it doesn't really help me. Now this is where the build gets interesting and why this is so good. So we are using the Controverse holds, resist incoming damage while charging your Void Grenade with Chaos Accelerant, feed the Void or handheld Supernova, charge Void Grenade, return a random amount of energy on a hit. So pretty much once you charge your grenade up and throw it, you'll get a certain part of that bar back. Sometimes it can be full, usually it's above 50%, most of the time it's going to be 70% of your grenade back, and we are running that with a recovery mod. Impact Induction, causing damage with a melee attack reduces your grenade cooldown, and then we do have 2 of them to stack, and obviously getting that melee kill, we have synergized that with this one right here, I think it is. And then obviously, like, as you can see, recharge your grenade, so you're getting pretty much 3 things for your melee with that. Now going onto the chest plate, what we do have here is quite interesting. We're running an intellect mod, breach resonator, grants melee and grenade energy on final blows with shield piercing weapons, or when a member of your fire team shuts down a barrier champion. So for nightfalls this is perfect to get your grenade back. And then we do have overload grenades. Void grenades cause disruption, delaying ability energy regeneration. So pretty much nightfall build, this is really good, especially if you haven't got a divinity on your team and you need to take out overloads. This works super well with the void nade. Moving on to the boots, which is the worst part of the armor for me, and I'm definitely going to get some new ones. But we do have heavy ammo scavenger, enhanced sword scavenger. Now the reason for this is because with this build you're going to be getting a lot of heavy ammo and filling it up really quickly, so it does help to have obviously that extra ammo when you can get it. And then for the bond, what we do have is a recovery mod with oppressive darkness. Now a lot of you watching will know what this is, but if you don't, causing damage with a void grenade adds a weaken effect to combatants. Now this build for me definitely the best and one of the most overpowered, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Now this build will take a little while to get used to if you don't play Warlock that often. It did take me a while, but what you're going to want to do to max out your grenades, you pretty much want to get rid of your nade as quickly as possible, but you want to do it at the right time. So you want to do it in like a horde of enemies if possible, or make sure you get good damage on something. So when the enemies spawn, I'll show you a prime example to obviously do this. Now as you can tell, there's a lot of enemies down here, so I'm going to charge it up. Now once it's charged, you want to fire it into a group like that, and as you can see my grenade does regen a little. Now because he did pop super, it didn't get all of obviously its energy, but if we use that and melee, we get our grenade back pretty quickly anyway. So all you're going to want to do is simply charge your grenade, and then when enemies do spawn, if you chuck that there, as you can see your nade will replenish. Now sometimes it's only a little like that, but most of the time it will be around about 50%. Now this is why it does help to have high recovery, because you're going to be up close pretty much all the time. Make sure you're firing off your Nova Bomb when possible, because it does do a lot of damage, and you get it back pretty quickly if you do have a good build. So once you don't have your nade, all you're going to want to do is run around meleeing everything, and then you will get it back. Now I like to use scatter, and as you can tell we got half of our grenade back, and then we're just going to melee all the way back up to obviously get it back. Now this build does work a little bit better on obviously lower tier things, but it does also work good for nightfalls, and it is what I've been using for quite a long time now. That's pretty much going to wrap up the build. I've talked about everything. If you guys know how to improve it, let me know, and obviously leave a comment, leave a like on today's video. Like I said, let's try and aim for 100 likes, and as always guys, I will catch you in the next one.